Welcome to Financing the American Dream, the show that features lifestyle, culture, and real estate. We have a great episode lined up for you. You are going to love it. We're going to take you across the country to show you why this is one of the greatest places to live in the world.
Hey everybody, Ryan Kiefer here. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky today.
For some, the American dream starts with that first home.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Orange County. We are here at Lake Mission Viejo.
And we want to talk to you about living in Kansas City, which I think is one of the best cities in this nation.
Here today in beautiful Baltimore City.
I'm your host, Amy Scruggs, and let's get this show started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
I got it.
In this episode, we're headed across the country to find you the best mortgage professionals. First, we're going to kick it off in Louisville, Kentucky with Ryan Kiefer, and he's brought us Casey Suckler and Freddie Western. Let's go check it out.
Hey everybody, Ryan Kiefer here. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky today, joined by Casey Suckler with the Suckler team and RE/MAX Properties East, and Mr. Freddie Western, branch manager of Prime Lending. Let's go see what they're up to. Everybody, Ryan Kiefer here, joined today by Casey Suckler with the Suckler team, RE/MAX Properties East. Beautiful Prospect, Kentucky. Casey, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so glad to have you here today. So we are here at one of your new listings in Norton Commons.
Yes, so we are at 10719 Impatience Street. That was listed a little less than 24 hours ago, and we already have an offer on the table.
Wow.
So we are specifically here today in Norton Commons, which is a prospect community, and we call this new urbanism. It is considered more life per square foot community, so we don't have very big yards, we don't have very big lots, but we have a lot of community amenities, and it forces everyone to interact in the community together.
Yeah, well, and it sounds like if you listed this just less than 24 hours ago and you already have an offer, it sounds like Louisville, just like everywhere else around the country, hot market.
Yes, it is a very hot market. I'm sure people are tired of hearing about it by now, but we are here in what's called a seller's market. So it favors sellers. Sellers are getting top dollar for their houses, but then they don't always have a place to go because we are so low inventory. There are lots of buyers out there looking at properties because the interest rates are so amazing, but we still have a spillover of people that are still looking from the spring, summer markets, which are typically our hottest times. It's really important in this market to work with a realtor for a couple of reasons. The first being we are your set of eyes and ears on the market. We are the first ones to know when something hits the market. That's our job. The second thing is we want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need necessary to set up a showing and to properly make an offer quickly. And the other thing is that we are your negotiator. We are there to help craft a beautiful offer together with amazing terms and conditions and price to be able to present to the opposition. Ideally, at the end of the day, we want to create a win-win situation for everybody.
Right, absolutely.
And that's our job.
Yep, and you know, to your point, sometimes, or a lot of times, I guess, highest offer isn't always the best. So many other things go into it.
No, I always like to say that just because you're the loudest person in the room, it doesn't mean you're the one that wins.
Right. Well, thank you so much. That was informative. Good stuff. Thank you so much for being on.
You got it.
Let's go see what Senior Loan Officer Production Manager Freddie Western is up to. Hey everybody, I'm joined here now by Mr. Freddie Western, our branch manager here in the Louisville, Kentucky market. We just spoke with Casey, one of his top agents here locally, who was telling us that I guess she just listed that property less than 24 hours ago and it's already gone pending.
It's hot here.
Hot market, just like the rest of the country. So I guess with that being said, what are some tips that you would have for would-be home buyers right now?
Like you said, it's a seller's market.
Yeah.
Being a buyer, you want to be pre-approved. You hear it tons of times.
Key, yeah.
You've got to have your lender queued up, ready for you, have your finances in order, have your credit in order, just be ready to purchase when you go out there and you see a house that you fall in love with.
And I guess these days, I know one of the things that we're both doing successfully here in our teams are taking it one step further from a pre-approval, and that is a TBD approval. Talk to us a little bit about what that is.
So basically, a TBD is, instead of getting pre-approved, we're gathering all the information possible to close this loan. Minus the purchase contract.
Sure.
Yeah, minus the appraisal and title. Besides that, we are gathering everything. We're actually going to send it to the underwriter, let them look at it, let them condition it out, send it to us, and it's basically done. It's ready. Here's what we need to close this loan, and it's approved.
Almost like a cash buyer at that point. You just need a contract, we need appraisal, title work, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So a huge advantage there would be then the speed with which we can then close.
That fast.
Yeah, so you don't need the normal 30, 45 days, but now we can close in what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
So what a huge competitive advantage for a buyer out there, you know, in a multiple offer situation. That's going to take you to the top of the stack. Well, man, good stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being on. Yep.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep. Back to you guys in the studio.
Next, we're headed over to Texola, Texas to meet with Michelle Castle as she helps us learn about buying investment properties in a college town.
For some, the American dream starts with that first home. Then as your family grows, the dreams grow too. You may start off with a home in the city, and later your dream changes to a home in the country. And as you make these moves, you realize that every one of them were possible because of the equity you built in your homes as you were moving. And thus, wealth building begins. Now your kids are ready to go off to college, and you've got to provide housing for them too. Today, we're going to talk about an amazing opportunity that's available through a loan program at Guild Mortgage that allows you to leverage this loan program, save yourself some money, and possibly earn some income. My name is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, and you are watching American Dream TV. So our first stop today is Austin College, the beautiful campus at Austin College. Now, Austin College was founded in 1849 and is the oldest college in Texas.
That's right.
And with me today, I have the amazing, my favorite friend, Melita Alshauer, who is also an Austin College alumni and has had children that have attended Austin College, to tell us a little bit about Austin College itself.
Thank you, Michelle, and welcome to Austin College, home of the kangaroos. Woo! Everybody, you are missing out if you have not come to campus. Austin College is one of the greatest campuses in North Texas. It's so close to the Metroplex.
Down the street.
That's right, down the street. And on a facility on an area of 70 acres.
Beautiful acres, too.
Not only that, but the proximity to Lake Texoma, the amazing possibility of acquiring land, housing for your students, for my students, for my kids. I mean, it's endless. It's great.
Jonathan, I just get so jazzed up and so excited about some of the opportunities that are available right now in real estate. But one of the opportunities, and the reason I wanted to focus on our campuses that we have in this area, is this program that Guild has available, where you can purchase a home for your college kid with just 10% down. That's huge, because typically you would have to have 20 to 25% down payment on investment property. I want you to talk a little bit about how the houses are appreciating in this area that really maximize the opportunity that's available.
You know, buying an investment property for your child while they're going to college is a very smart opportunity. Definitely the Guild program, only having to put down 10%. You know, taking advantage of the historically low rates, it's a great deal. You know, being in Grayson County, two largest cities would be Sherman and Denison, both have 4-year colleges. Our area has seen, you know, year after year, anywhere between an 8 and a 15% increase in value. And going out there and being able to get a home, basically have somebody else paying it, paying your monthly expenses, and then at the end of it, your child graduates college, you go to sell the property, and you have a big nest egg that if you want to share that with them, for them to buy their first house wherever they decide to land, it's just a great opportunity.
Or you keep it for a rental property.
Absolutely.
But you know, this doesn't even apply. I mean, just really anywhere I feel that you've got a college town is a great area to be investing in, and taking advantage of this program if you do have a college student is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in college in Dallas, I still kick myself that my dad didn't buy that house that I lived in, because it appreciated just substantially. But you know, time is everything.
Thank you so much, Jonathan, for sharing that great information. Stay tuned for our next show of American Dream TV.
Next, we're headed back over to Orange County, California, where we're going to meet with Ryan Grant, and he's going to talk about how to get top dollar for your property.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Orange County. We are here at Lake Mission Viejo, one of Orange County's premier attractions. Today we're going to go over the art of homeownership, specifically how to maximize your wealth through real estate, through pre-sales, renovation financing, and how you can become a very successful homeowner long term. We're going to go see one of Orange County's best renovation and remodel companies that are going to show you how to do that. But before, we're going to go meet Zen Zajewski with the Z team of Keller Williams. He's been licensed for over 30 years here in Orange County, and one of the best agents in the country. And specifically, he has a home that he just put under contract that has an amazing story. Let's go check it out. I'm Ryan Grant, and this is Financing the American Dream. Hey everybody, so we are here with Zen with the Z team, as I mentioned, and we are in this incredibly remodeled home. Zen, can you tell us a little about the story of this home? I know it's unique.
I got a call from an out-of-state seller who had a long-term rental and said, my tenants are interested in buying the home. Can you go by there and try to put the deal together for us? The tenants had been here 11 years. I walked in and the house was totally in disrepair. There was no flooring. They were living on concrete. Unfortunately, I had to call the seller and give them the bad news, and it broke my heart because she had lived here prior to that. And so I said, well, here's our options. We could sell it to the tenants, but I don't think they're probably going to want to buy it because it's in such poor condition.
That would have been for about, what, maybe you said $625,000?
About $625,000. Okay. Yeah. Or we can renovate it and try to sell it for top dollar.
Yeah.
And the client didn't have any money. So we took advantage of the Art of Homeownership program.
Yeah.
And we're able to finance it for the seller. And we put almost $100,000 into the property to renovate it with all new bathrooms, new kitchen, new HVAC, everything. And put it on the market, and we had close to 20 offers. And we literally sold it for almost 10% above asking price.
Wow. And what was the total kind of gross or net positive to the seller after doing the renovations?
About a net extra $170,000.
$170,000.
$170,000.
Well, that doesn't speak to why you want to maximize the sales price of your home. I don't know what does. Talking about the art of homeownership and the pre-sales renovation financing, why would somebody ever sell their home without maximizing the sales price of the property?
Well, in this market right now, it's usually because they don't have the money.
Right.
Right. So fortunately, we are in the hottest market we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've done this for over 32 years. I've never seen inventories this low. I've never seen interest rates this low. And just and the COVID effect, everything that's going on What's amazing to me is that so many sellers have not done anything to their properties, have not renovated, and they don't have the money, they're cash poor. And so the solution with Art of Homeownership and the pre-seller financing is a win-win.
Right. Well, I think the story tells itself. You can sell your home without renovating it, without upgrading it, but you're not going to maximize the sales price. You're not going to get the most return on your investment. So in the event that you're ever entertaining selling your home, please don't do it without making sure you get top dollar. And I'd highly recommend reaching out to Zen and the Z team of Keller Williams, because obviously they've done an incredible job. All right, so we are here with Joe Mueller of Inspired Remodels, one of Orange County's premier residential remodel experts. Joe, if I'm a buyer and evaluating buying a home or not, what are some of the things that I could potentially do to that house to really make it something that would shine?
Yeah, well, recently we've had a lot of our clients looking at some older homes that are a little more closed off and dark, and by opening up some walls, making the space more open concept, flexible living, creates a brighter, more modern feel. Also taking advantage of the outdoors, not having just a front and a backyard, but making it an outdoor living space.
Right.
And of course, always updating kitchens and baths. Those are all things that will add value when it's time to sell the home as well. I'll always talk clients through where to scrimp and where to splurge to get the most amount of value out of a remodel. Sometimes that means those really overzealous first-time buyers that want to go crazy on their first condo. I got to back them down a little bit because they're not going to get that money back.
Right.
You can also sometimes have a property that people are maybe wanting to take too many shortcuts on, and they're not doing justice to the value of that home.
So long story short, guys, if you're going to do any sort of remodel or renovation before buying a home, while living there, or prior to selling it, reach out to a specialist, talk to Joe and Inspire Remodels, and hopefully your project turns out great.
Up next, we're headed to Kansas City, where we're going to meet Adriana Bates, and she's going to introduce us to her team, and they have a great listing for us. Let's check it out.
Welcome to Clear Mortgage. My name's Adriana.
And I'm Sean.
And we want to talk to you about living in Kansas City, which I think is one of the best cities in this nation. So here at Clear Mortgage, really passionate about the process for our clients. We are family owned.
Yes. We started a company a little over 2 years ago, and we really try to bring that family-owned mentality to our service with our clients. With our referral partners, want to make them really feel as if they're part of our family. So we're very big on communication, we're very big on service, and trying to make this financing and purchasing of a home an enjoyable experience. We know sometimes it can be stressful, and we try to make it, very easy and nice for them.
Everyone wants the house, no one wants the mortgage. Unfortunately, not a lot of people have the biggest investment, enough capital in their pocket to pay for it in cash, so we're the necessary evil. What I do like to bring to the table, however, is that the experience is not a stressful one. It is definitely the same way every time. Our clients know where they stand, and so do their referral partners and the real estate agents and everyone else involved.
Exactly, and that speaks volumes about our team. They're wonderful. We feel comfortable when we pass off a borrower to our team that they're going to be in great hands. Regardless of if you're working with Brooke, Sierra, Bridget, or Liz, they're in great hands.
So one of the things about talking about teams and about running a company, like we mentioned, was a system and a process. I think that translates to everything in life. I mean, we need a system and a process at home too, and we have a team. So I would like to say that we do it all on our own. We do not. We have a huge team behind us at Clear Mortgage, and then we have a team running our house, which is super important. So one of the biggest things in life that I think we've learned, particularly in working together, is that we have to delegate. We have to have teams just handle their business and make sure that we have good people on board. Clear Mortgage is actually located in the Arts District. A lot of people questioned us when we purchased this building to be like, why would you put a mortgage company within an Arts District? Well, we're really passionate about, number one, having a really creative environment for our team. As you can see with some of this footage that we have here, this is an open concept. It allows us to collaborate. It allows our team to have some input on what the process looks like for our clients. It also allows us to recruit some really fun people because fun people live in fun areas. We're super excited to be partnering with the Kayla Bortnick team. Again, family owned, hence our relationship here and how we're tying this all together. Mother-daughter team. They are ranked 12th in the nation with Reese Nichols. They're up and coming. They are the go-getters here in the Kansas City Metro, and we're really excited to see the house they have for us today. American Dream, welcome to Sunset Hills. Here we are at 1039 Westover. Kathy and Heather are inside, so let's go in and check out this house. Come on. Here we are in the American Dream, and I'm sitting here with Kathy Kaler, Heather Bortnick, in an amazing home right off of the Country Club Plaza. Let's talk about it.
So one of the wonderful things about this house is it's been renovated from floor to ceiling. It's a true mid-century modern. It's 5 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms. It's all hardwood floors. The other thing that's wonderful about this property is it's located in what we call Sunset Hill, which is a highly sought after area. It's close in distance to the plaza. You can walk to the plaza, which is the first, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but it was the first mall ever built in the United States.
Correct.
You're also really close to parks. You're close to Lewis Park, which has a beautiful rose garden.
Right.
Your walk score is awesome. You can walk to trails and to shopping. And so it's in a location that's highly desirable. And it's a home that's been renovated, like I said, from top to bottom, and it's an open floor plan, which a lot of people don't get in an older neighborhood. It also has a first floor master, which people love. Every bathroom's been renovated, the kitchen's been renovated, and it's keeping in time with what buyers want in today's market. And it's kind of like a hidden gem within an older established neighborhood.
35 years selling real estate yourself, 25 years with a team.
35 years and the team. We now have 5 locations. Heather runs our Plaza location. I run the Leawood location, and then we have 3 other great agents in our other locations. We do a lot of training and motivating, and I want my agents to build their confidence, knowledge, that equals power. And I think we give our clients the best service possible. We just found out, as of last night, we have closed $400 million, but much and more important, we've made 883 families happy.
Almost 900.
And
that's celebrating right there. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So we're proud of that. You know, if you have passion for what you do, you're good at it.
Well, ladies, this has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been lovely. Thank you.
I
so much
really
for having
enjoyed
us.
it. I loved hearing about the home, about the city, about your success, and 2021 is going to knock 2020 out of the park.
It is.
And your success. Don't forget about her success.
Up next in Baltimore, we're going to meet with Tammy Saul as she goes to a couple local businesses and we find out why Baltimore is such a great market.
Hey everyone, Tammy Saul, owner of Federal Hill Mortgage, here today in beautiful Baltimore City to bring you the big 2 that make this city unique. The small businesses and the quaint real estate. Both are unlike anything seen anywhere in the country. Now, something common in the city are residential properties where portions of buildings have been converted and then reconverted again into businesses. In fact, my own storefront here on the main Light Street Strip was a dilapidated comic book store in 2014 before we transformed it into the beautiful location you see here today. Another local business that underwent an even more remarkable transformation was a dry cleaner transformed into an upscale ice cream shop smack in the middle of the 2020 pandemic. Let's go take a look. Joined with me today is Barbara Maloney, owner of Be More Licks in Baltimore. So Barbara, tell us about Be More Licks. What makes it special?
Well, thanks for having us. We are one of the only homemade ice cream shops in Baltimore, and specifically in Fed Hill. We make everything on site here. We're one of the few places that we know of in the country that offers over 100 flavors of handmade soft serve to order.
You were able to open your business to begin with because you made such smart real estate investment decision years ago. Tell us about that.
Like we said, we really wanted to purchase, and this was a big purchase for us. So in order for us to be able to afford it, we had to sell a couple of properties. So 13 years ago in 2007, in the middle of the financial collapse, I had decided to purchase a small condo in Providence, and we had bought another small building a few years ago. And we decided to sell them last summer and fall, and those proceeds are what enabled us to put down a significant down payment to be able to afford the build out of this property. And for us, we were buying a building that had rental offset, so we did put a substantial amount down, but essentially our entire mortgage is covered by the 3 rental units upstairs. Even though we're opening in the middle of a pandemic, we feel like we're able to weather the storm because we didn't buy it with the intent of just being successful for the next 1 or 2 or 3 years. Our goal was to be here for the next 20 years, and having those rental income offsets are going to be able to give us staying power.
Wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining us. If you're ever in Baltimore, visit Be More Licks for the best homemade ice cream in town. Hey everyone, here with me today is Mitch Tolan Jr., the #1 Redfin agent in the Baltimore, Maryland region with over 120 transactions sold in the last 12 months alone. Thank you, Mitch, for being here. Tell us about this listing that we're standing in right now. What makes it different but also unique to Baltimore?
Yeah, this property is really unique in that it was built in 2005, unlike most of the townhomes and row homes you're going to find in Baltimore, which were built in the early 1900s. So you're going to get features such as a 2-car garage that you really wouldn't find elsewhere. This property does offer features such as a rooftop deck with views of the Chesapeake Bay and the city, which is incredibly gorgeous at night, and that's a really common and popular feature in Baltimore City.
How is real estate in Baltimore City specifically different than real estate in other parts of the state?
You know, block by block here can make a difference in terms of the home's value, and that's why it's really important to work with a lender that understands the city and the neighborhoods that you find here, because if you have an appraisal issue, the lender that's experienced will be able to step in and help guide you through the process to make sure you can still get to the finish line.
So when representing a buyer or a seller, and I know you represent both almost equally, what is at the top of your advice list?
Yeah, I always like to sit down with a buyer or seller initially and go through what I call a strategy session. So we're going to cover the process from start to finish and go over, how I can assist them and get them through to the finish line. And the first thing I typically recommend is getting with a local lender, so that way you're pre-qualified beforehand, and when you find that dream home, you can make an offer very quickly, which is very important in a low inventory environment, because having to wait a few days after you find the home to get your pre-approval could cost you the property.
Thank you everybody for joining us today on this episode of Financing the American Dream. We hope you learned something. We hope you had some fun. We'll see you next time.
I'm your host, Amy Scruggs, and we look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American Dream.